Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pitchside Podcast. I'm your host, the HOD of the PSP. Like, share, comment on the video, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and enable notifications to receive all the updates from these recaps and all the content on the channel, including the podcast, which you can listen to on Spotify, Google Podcasts, or any other platform. And of course, follow us on social media site PSP on Twitter, Pitchside Pod on Instagram. We're coming to you straight after the game between Bayern Munich and PSG in the quarterfinal of the Champions League, and the victory for the Parisian side, 3-2 away from home. I think it is such a big victory, a monumental victory for them, considering everything before the game, and more specifically, considering everything within the game itself. I mean, the start from Bayern was terrific the first 2 minutes, a couple of chances, a Navas save, and a ball hitting the crossbar from Choupo-Moting, and then straight away the first attack for PSG, not just in the game, but after 2 minutes, they get a goal from Kylian Mbappe, the assist from Neymar, completely classic, I would say, textbook highline Bayern goal that they concede in the first 2 minutes, and from there on, I mean, you think that Bayern are going to be panicking, but they didn't, and they quite controlled the game really well in the first half. I mean, not just controlled, I think they smothered PSG completely. Nothing was done by the Parisian side in the first half. They swarmed the midfield. I mean, the two substitutions that Flick make in particular, I think people criticize them for making those substitutions and losing two tactical options in the second half, but I think that's what should have been done. And, you know, according to most sources, those two substitutions were injury substitutions, so you think that Jan Goretzka and Niklas Süle, who were out of the pitch, and more so than that, they were pretty slow really against someone like Mbappe, someone like Neymar, and, you know, Di Maria. Also, you do not think that those guys possess the speed necessary to do that. And I think the transition in formation, or at least the shift in personnel, gave a little bit more of a stability to the Bayern side, with Lucas Hernandez, you know, being central, Alaba moving to the midfield, with Davis coming in to support Kingsley Coman. And make no mistake about it, this was one-sided game. This was completely dominated by Bayern, even if the results suggest so. I think that Bayern completely dominated the game. You know, they had loads of chances, like bucket loads of chances. Keylor Navas was the man of the match, in my opinion. Deserves it thoroughly, even over the likes of Neymar and Mbappe. I think he deserves to be the man of the match. He saved quite a lot of, you know, balls. He had 10 clear saves to make, really, and Bayern missed a lot of chances. That I really think that Lewandowski, if he was there, he probably would have put in a couple at least from those. After the first goal, again, Bayern dominated the game. They controlled the tempo. You know, PSG clearly had a problem in the midfield, had a problem against the high press. They didn't have players who could take the ball out of that press and move it up front, like Verratti, like Leandro Paredes, who were missing for injuries and for substitutions, for COVID specifically, and for suspensions. I mean, Bayern Munich just missed the game. If they go out eventually of the Champions League, if they crash out in this round, I think it would be remarkable, because they missed the game right there and then. They missed the first leg, the amount of chances they had in the first leg. I mean, is it overturnable, this deficit of 3-2? Yes, absolutely. Bayern could make the comeback. They could win away from home. You expect that, really. But, I mean, is it easy? It's not. I mean, PSG, they have the choice now. They have the game in hand. They have the opportunity to control the game at the very best. And obviously, you know, Bayern Munich will have to chase the scoreline, and they will have to make the same game, but I think with more efficiency and with just a little bit more composure in front of the net for some decisions. I mean, 50% of the chances that Bayern missed fall down to Bayern being, you know, unlucky, really. Keylor Navas, you know, having a great night in particular, and having a couple of saves to himself to really deny Bayern the opportunity to score. And I think the other 50% of the chances fall down to Bayern just being sort of, you know, nonchalant about, you know, decision making and the way they do decision making. Sane and Koeman in particular had situations where they could have made other decisions, but again, overall, I'm not a guy that believes in the could-haves and should-haves and what could have been if this happened and what could have been if this happened. I believe in facts, and the fact is Bayern Munich lost the game quite overall, I think deservedly. You cannot take the merit of PSG out of it, because they picked their moments really well. They knew that Bayern played with a high line, and they picked their moments expertly. From 4 chances in the game overall, or 5 big chances, they scored 3, and that is quite the efficiency rate really for them. Plus they had more options than Bayern did on the bench. I mean, the evidence for that is that Bayern made only those 2 substitutions, with Fonsi, Davis getting in, and Jerome Boateng as well. and Jerome Boateng was on the edge of a red card really by the end of the game. It was quite a hard tussle, and you entering the second leg with 3 players who have yellow cards that could have been red cards and could get them out of the semi-final if Bayern Munich get to the semi-final. Now this game is still quite balanced, heavily balanced. I would say that the second leg Bayern could still do it, but it would require again more of the same, but with a little bit more efficiency. While PSG, where they have the game in hand now, we will see how they control the game, because even when they have a comfortable lead, and we saw it against Barcelona in the round of 16, they still somehow fluff their lines and really crack under pressure. And if Bayern could capitalize on that, they could make the comeback in the second leg. In my opinion, it will be incredibly tough. It will be an incredibly balanced game, and we will see who's going to be going through. But for the moment, PSG have the game in hand. Bayern, if they crash out again, remember this as the game where they missed out on qualification, because they could have easily scored 5, 6, 7 goals past PSG, and that is not an exaggeration. If you watch the game completely, that's not an exaggeration. Bayern deserved to do it, but again, you don't win only on merit, you win by capitalizing on your chances, and that's what PSG did. Kudos to them for capitalizing on their chances and for really coming off with not exactly a great game plan, but I think picking their moments quite expertly. That's it for the game. I was your boy, the HOD of the PSP. Like, share, comment on this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, enable notifications to receive all the updates from these recaps and other content on the channel, and of course, follow us on social media, sign up PSP on Pod on Instagram, listen to the podcast tomorrow on Spotify, Google Podcasts, or any other platform. I will be back in more to this game and the Chelsea-Porto game that ended 2-0 for the English side, and of course, until next time, I'll see you soon.